Hello student. There are two types of subprograms, functions and procedures. So this exercise objective how to create the procedures and functions. Difference between anonymous block and subblock. The anonymous block indicate the anonymous block and unnamed block, yani there is no name for the block, right? So because they are unnamed, so they cannot be saved in the database, so we have to give the name to the block. The other points you can read. Difference between anonymous block and subprograms are compiled every time. Basically the subprograms anonymous blocks compiled every time, and it takes more time. So we cannot share these subprograms anonymous block with other program. So what is the anonymous block? Just you declare begin, exception, end. There is no create procedure is there. But while the subprogram is there, we have to write create procedure name and the syntax for create procedure name. So unnamed blocks and named blocks. What is the difference? You compile every time. Compile only once. Not stored in the database. Stored in the database. Cannot invoke by other application. So they can be invoked. Yani they can invoke mean call. They can be called by other programs. So do not return any value. So they can return any value. So the benefit of subprogram are benefits of subprograms are more. So easy to maintain, code can be reused, right? These are the benefits, two benefits. So now straightforward you can read these benefits. It is now for you the self study to read these benefits, and now I will go to how to create the procedure. So here the syntax to create the procedure, we will come here, and I prepared the theory portion is benefit, right? So now how to create the procedure. So I go to Apex, right here the create procedure at department. Remember, when you create the procedure without parameter, the is keyword should become into second line, and the third line and fourth line you should mention the third line and the fourth line you should mention uh, the data types. For example, these are data types, the variable value we are giving here, and these two values we are giving in begin block. After that we insert these two values into table. Table name is department. Insert into department, two column, department ID, department name, values, these variable, right? So these two values will be inserted there. After that the message come inserted and row count come. So if I execute this, right? So if we execute this, the procedure created, this message should come. There should be no error here. Okay, remember this one thing. So after that, the next thing is to call this procedure. So here in the slide, the procedure created, row count cursor attribute check if row was successfully inserted. If it return 1, it means inserted. So here dbms output inserted 1. 1 should come. Invoking mean you can call the procedure from other procedure. You can call the procedure in anonymous block or calling in another application. So basically, how to call in anonymous block? You know, anonymous mean begin and end is called anonymous. So you just put it here and run. So this line will call this line. This line will call the procedure, right? After calling the procedure, the procedure is called here, okay? And because it's giving violation here. Why it is a violation? Because I already inserted record. So what I do, I copy the procedure again, and here I change the value 1, run. Procedure created, khalas. Now remove this procedure from there. Now call the procedure. Anonymous block begin and is called anonymous block. Call the procedure, value inserted. See, one inserted, one row. This one is coming row count. You remember the row count is here. Okay, I highlighted here. So this is the simple practical to how to call, how to invoke the procedure. So basically if any error is coming, then you have to correct the error in the procedure. This is written correcting the errors, and you can drop the procedure by calling drop procedure, and you can save your work. For example, save, give your procedure name, procedure add, like this, and you can save your procedure. Okay, procedure will be added in saved SQL here down there, right? Okay, now the next thing, you can check the record with, okay, one row is coming 181, 181, 180 is coming, 181 is also coming. All right, so two row record inserted there. So this is a practical how to insert the record. All right, students. So next thing is that, which is very small thing, and you have to test this thing in your slide. So saving work, I told you, saved SQL tab, you click, all your work saved here. Okay, then a local subprogram. You can call your procedure using local subprograms. Create a procedure. Inside a procedure, another procedure. You need to you create a procedure inside another procedure. So this is the example. So here you create a procedure, name is delete employee. Give two parameter, employee ID. Give one parameter, employee ID, and create another procedure inside the procedure, name is log employee. Yani we are maintaining a log status that we delete it. Log is just status, maintaining a status for that we which record we delete it. The ID will be saved there here. So we create another procedure like this syntax, and inside this we write it, and I formatted here, copy. All right, students, you have to put like this, run. Now interesting, there are some errors here. Now you have to correct these errors. This is your task, and then you have to save your this procedure here into this saved SQL with the name of delete employee. So I will check your work inside the Apex. There is no activity for this, just a video recording. Thank you very much.